In the South with a luxury sound, CBB nation vibing around. Chatbot AI on the scene, web chat editor fresh and clean. Building agents, flexing dreams. In this game, you know we supreme. Every day, celebration. Trap beats drop, feel the vibration. Chatbot Builder, what's up, it's our time. A GPT style reason to redefine. Bottles popping, dreams aligning. CB on the top, no declining. With every line we sprint, we uplift. Leveling up with every new. Innovate the way, design on display. The future's ours, let's seize the day. Let's go. Chatbot Builder, elevators all shine. Crafting intelligence is one of our kind.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. What kind of intro is that? You got to be the winner to have an intro like that. You got to be the Matrix. You got to be a part of that CBB nation, son. What's going on, Chatbot Builders? My name is Ryan, and you have entered the Matrix. And I'm very excited today to bring on one of our newer, yet just rising all the way to the top agencies, agency owners. And he had a story that he shared with me. You know, we're looking for agencies that are willing to display their wins. We're working on the 1,000,000 messages plaque. That's going to put all those other plaques to shame. Guarantee that. And shout out Darwin for getting that accolade. That's huge. But today it was just, the best of the best. They don't need 2 weeks to prepare for a podcast, especially when you're talking about AI. We've got an AI expert in the house, and he's just secured the bag, as they say. I'd like y'all to help me welcome my good friend, Ishan. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, bro?
So glad that you are with us, man. Let's see if we've got anybody here in CB. Look, we got Asta in here. I love it. We got Amir, and you're around the Facebook group and in Discord, isn't that right? You can you hear me?
Yep.
You're with Facebook and our Discord group, is that right?
Yes, I'm in both.
And so, why don't you just tell the folks what's going on, Charles the Mac? You got wonderful Wendy watching. You got people all over the world, quite literally watching here, and it's super fun. Shout out CBB Nation, thank y'all for supporting us, and hopefully we're gonna get some inside tips. I know you're not gonna give away everything, but give us a little bit of that sauce that you got going on. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What got you into this crazy world of AI? And how did you find CBB?
Thanks for having me, bro. Firstly, that's a dope rap, man.
that's actually me, obviously.
That's really good. that was really good. So glad to be a part of the CBB Nation.
Glad to have you.
I'm Ishan Soni. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Nice, I'm glad to have you.
Absolutely. It's a privilege and an honor to be here, man. I have, ever since ChatGPT came out and I was like playing around with it, I was absolutely blown away by what the possibilities were. Mm-hmm. So I've been in the online business game since like 2007, 2008. I was doing affiliate marketing. After that, I did info products, coaching, consulting, high ticket sales. Like I've worked with some of the best over the years. And in that time, I've built, 7-figure brands. I've sold it. Mainly we were focused on between 2013 to, I sold one of my e-commerce brands 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. And we were building like Amazon brands and whatnot. So throughout that period, man, I've made millions, I've lost millions. And in that journey, I have discovered some really powerful tools, whether it be for elevating my human consciousness and spirituality and things like that, all the way to marketing and sales and everything like that. So every time I would learn from like a mentor or a coach or something, I always had a knack for building frameworks and building blueprints. So I would use simple things like Typeform and Tally and some of these things out there to build these frameworks to essentially like contain my knowledge. Mm-hmm. And then AI enters the conversation and I'm like, holy shit, I've seen this coming, because now I can take what I've already been really good at and I can just superpower everything that I'm able to do. So I did like 6, 8, 9 months of research, because I was thinking to myself, man, when we were doing type forms back in the day, like 2019, 20,
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had a client and we sent out an email. She had an email list of like 8,000 people. And I sent out an email with a type form link in it. And I kid you not, within 2 minutes, we had like 500 visits and 450 people filled out that form. And I was like, holy shit, this
The
is
thing
crazy.
worked. You know, the
Yeah.
one thing that I really love about digital is there's no like, so aside from the ghost industries in SEO, right? Which I know all about SEO. Um, in general, in digital, you can't hide it. You can't, numbers don't lie. And you can get beyond numbers with chatbots, as I'm sure we'll talk about. But when you just see things work, to me, that's just the instant gratification. I guess, I'm what, I guess 35 now, but I was at a millennial. I'm so about that instant gratification. I want to see it work. I want to see the instant result. I think that's what really got me hooked on working with social media long ago before it was cool. And you could just see the instant result, which gave me the instant gratification that I needed. But more importantly, it gives the client the satisfaction that they need when they know for sure it's not just a random website visitor. When you're dealing with chatbots, especially integrated with social media, or when you're using APIs to do something like a form, like type form, like you mentioned, when you're able to notify that admin or that manager or that owner or franchise partner, hey, Ryan or Ishan's marketing just got you a new customer. You just got a new sale because of your Facebook post. The comment was tracked down all the way to the purchase.
Yeah.
The commenter turned into a customer. To me, that was the thing that made I've betted 1,000 every time I've had a pitch with a chatbot, because it would be impossible to answer the question the way that I frame it. Why wouldn't you want every customer that comments to be met with a meaningful engagement back? Why wouldn't you want to respond to all your comments?
Absolutely.
The answer is you don't have enough time. But why would you not want to acknowledge people? And when you don't have an answer for that, things become easy. But go ahead.
Absolutely. And I think in this day and age, right, we've been building websites and funnels and all of these things. At the end of the day, like interaction and engagement is where the game's at. And that's what
100%.
a chatbot helps us do, is that like right now we are building bots for one of our done for you services, and it's a super high ticket offer. And Asta will tell you all about this. We're literally building from the time someone comes cold from Facebook traffic, all the way to qualifying them, to even having our video sales letters embedded inside the chatbot, to qualifying them, to have them book an appointment, to pre-selling them on exactly what they need to know before they show up on the sales call, to booking the meeting, to then even selling them on the service, so that by the time that they come on the call, it's a simple 5 to 10 minute. Here's the investment. Here's what we do, and are you like ready to get started? And it's that simple. So this is like a dream come true for most people. Where I used to have like 6 months ago, I hired a bunch of salespeople, and holy shit, man! Sorry, by the when I get too excited, sometimes I might have a few words here and there, but
That's okay.
uh, but yeah, it was like, man, do I really want to build an army of salespeople and train these people and make sure they're motivated and everything like that? What if I can just build a chatbot that does this for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we kind of built it on. So when I last year, I think I found out CBB after like doing a ton of research on a lot of different AI tools. And I'm the type of guy who uses a tool and does everything that I can to break it. And I'm sure even you and I have had a million conversations where I'll be like, Ryan, I'm trying this. How do I do this? And it's those moments of frustration. Asta actually gave me a beautiful piece of advice last time that we spoke. And he said, these moments of frustration are completely normal. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
happen. It's in those moments that you're going to have the choice to throw in the towel and be like, screw this, or those moments of frustration are exactly the times when you will find out 5 ways to troubleshoot your problem and figure out things that are going to be like, oh my God, I didn't even know that I could do this. And that's
100%.
absolutely true. Every time I've ran into a hurdle, sometimes I've tried to mess around for 4 hours trying to do something very simple. And I've been frustrated. But then when I figure it out, I'm like, thank God I went through all that pain to figure this out.
Totally, man. So when you say you mentioned Typeform, what are some of the tools that we do talk and for those that don't believe it, I mean, I do like to have a good friendship. I mean, I would call it a friendship, but it's a partnership for sure, business first, but become friends with our partners that have the time and or that just get excited like me. I'm just constantly, yeah, if you want to talk about AI, I'm the person that you want
Thanks,
to,
man.
yeah, I'm okay to talk to because that's all I think about and do. Besides Typeform, we just introduced a few weeks ago a tutorial on how you could create your own form with AI, and you could replicate Typeform for free, included in your CBB account using our landing pages. And I think I mentioned to you the new upgrade with our landing page, but we can talk about that
Yeah.
another time. But you could replace it. And so that could be a 30, I don't know how much Typeform is, but the form service that I've used, Tally, they're doing great. I like the company and the brand, but I don't like bills. I like profit. And so like where I can save, I mean, that's money in the bank. What other software or tools have you created inside of your platform with us? What tools can you talk about that you've created that have just replaced other services like a Tally or a Typeform? Because
Yeah,
that to me is just so
I have so
cool.
much I have so much insight to share on this, man. Because with one of our main businesses, our entire tech stack is like 1,200 to 1,500 bucks a month. And
Hmm.
I went to my partner and I'm like, yo, listen, I'm gonna replace all this stuff in 30 days. He's like, dude, you can't do it.
No
We're
way,
gonna have to
right?
change this, da da da, whatever. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
just watch what I do. So with our clients, because we help business owners, it's not just our tech stack, but we need to provide them funnels and websites and landing pages and all of this, like an entire marketing system.
Hmm.
And maybe I should not use the name, but it's definitely it's similar to Go Low Level. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Go Low Level.
Hmm.
But I literally paid a guy a couple of grand, and I was like, listen, I need these things to be built on top of this and everything like that. But when I went into the software, I was like, this is clunky. This is not friendly. People are going to have so many issues with this. This is just going to be another support nightmare. I don't see myself doing it, but it was the only thing that was in town. And now what
Hmm.
we are doing is we're just building templates and um, essentially like blueprints that people can install for themselves. So I'll give you an example of some of the tools that we've built. I've built a tool where I can take any article, any post, essentially. I can even drop voice notes in it. So anytime I have an aha moment or something that I want to share with my community or whatever, I go inside this
Hmm.
chatbot and I just speak to it for like a minute or 2 minutes or whatever. It takes that content, sends it to it basically takes that content, transcribes it. Then I have an assistant using my tone of voice, and I have a prompt for that. I literally have like a 23-page Google document that one of my AI tools came up with that just analyzed my tone of voice. I gave it some emails that I had written, and it's like, this is how Ishan writes copy. So it had all my copywriting mojo in it, and it wrote it like my style. And then you press a button, it comes up with Instagram posts, Facebook posts, emails, viral hooks, YouTube scripts, anything. And you just click a button and it sends it all to Airtable. I can send it to Google Sheets as well. And you just have to approve the post and it automatically posts on all these social media platforms.
That's so cool, man. That's one thing you're a big you're a fan of Airtable, and I know a lot of people are. That's something that I think that we will I think that's something that we'll have to bring. We'll bring in an Airtable integration in 2025 and maybe a few other things. But as you know, the CRM that we're going to release, I may have shown him some sneak peeks here and there. It's going to be nasty. It is going to be much of a higher quality product than some of these other softwares that want to go here and there, put it that way. Uh,
Right.
we're gonna have fun. That's what it's about. I think you're having fun. I think the other reason aside from the tool creation that you've made within your platform, the other thing obviously why we're really here is you had a pretty big win recently,
Yeah.
and I'd love for you to inspire those that are thinking about um, AI and automations. I don't want to say AI automation agency necessarily, but to me, I think that some people at this point, because of certain folks out there, they're thinking, well, maybe this isn't such a great industry after all, or maybe they're listening to the YouTubers out there, the talking heads that are like doom and gloom. Oh, AI progress is going to slow down. What do you think about that? And what would you say about your success? What you can say? I don't want to, put you on the spot, but I just want to inspire our people here in CBB Nation, man.
I think AI and where it's going, the speed at which things are growing, it's absolutely fascinating. And believe me when I say I'm like in the loop with what's like going on in the industry and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about our platform and what we've got here is I look at it as like a blank slate on top of which I can build anything. So
Yes.
if I take CBB and I combine it with Make.com, which is basically integration. It's a version of Zapier, but I personally prefer Make better.
Totally.
There's literally a use case. There's not a single use case that's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people tell me I want to do this and then it does this and then it does this, and I'm like, that's possible.
You just think of the steps.
That's it.
To me, my mind thinks like the flow builder. I think and solve problems in my head with the flow builder. I know that we're all about that agent life. That's the cool thing. But us OGs in this game, we've had to construct sometimes big old spaghetti bowl flows, and your logic had to be on point. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad day. And so that's just the way my mind thinks. Is order of operations. You've got to do this and this and that. But what you've described is what I think is going to, like, it's already become, I don't know which one of those. It's already a thing right now. The hot term is what does it mirror? If she's watching, MicroSaaS. That's the thing that you've made like 10, 15 MicroSaaS tools. That was what I try to explain to our people. Listen, you're able to now, instead of paying this other service, because of what you already have with CBB and AI, without even reading the freaking code, you can build your own form service. You can, don't worry about having to understand CSS or this HTML. How do you make a link here? You don't need to learn these books anymore. Okay. I mean, it's great to know, but you reading those books versus someone just getting the result done with AI, you're going to get smoked. I'm sorry, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing because now we're on, in my opinion, a level playing field. And while some people in CBB, which I love them all, they're only stuck on web chat, or they're only stuck on Messenger or WhatsApp. And that is what they're using their account for. As long as they're happy, I'm happy, but it makes me sad they're not going to get more value out of that. And I love that you are getting maximum juice for the squeeze. You're getting maximum value because you're creating value using AI and your imagination and the tools that you've been provided. And
even just on that note, right? I was thinking long and hard 12 months ago, man, it would be cool for me to have my own app that would live on somebody's phone that could just do stuff. And then when I saw how CBB, like essentially any page that we build, you can just in an iPhone, you can just click on the thing, click on add to homepage, and it becomes your own app.
Yep.
You would have to pay. I think some of these tools, like even I was looking at WordPress and these plugins and stuff like that, it's like $300 a month, and then you have to have a developer account and this whatever. I'm like, I can just build something. Literally, all of the SaaS tools that I've built. By the way, the other thing that I'm doing is I'm taking my tool set and I'm not even the one that's selling them. I license them out to other people, a network of sellers. Like I can build a tool for Amazon sellers, go to an Amazon agency and be like, listen, you can sell this to your community. Just give me a percentage of every sale.
Yep, and no one's coming inside of your pockets, and then you're not having to string together a bunch of different tools. It blew me, because you're able to create your own. So not only are you saving money, if you're an agency and say you wanted to offer some sort of tool or service that we don't have natively, okay? This is the case of other platforms, even Go High Level. They don't have everything, but there's an app out there for just about everything. There's another business out there or service out there. What that means is there's another fee that you pay. So while your competition are going to have to increase their prices to offer the same sort of services, call it a custom form, for example, you want the gangster form or whatever it's going to be. you have the ability to not only save the money by making it yourself, but then you're saying make money on top of it. That is the definition of a micro SaaS. And
Absolutely.
Mir has came up with a pretty much a micro SaaS business of her own with templates, which is something that's also very cool. And I always have dreamed of people using the tool, just like you said, creating their own tools and creating their own reoccurring revenue, because that's really what it's about. And with templates, this is a huge opportunity. So when
Yeah.
you have one amazing bot or concept done, not only can you serve direct clients yourself, but you can package that up and sell that to other people in the community who are newer, or those that they're not so concerned about even understanding all the build process. They just want the end result, and they want the pest
I'll give you the
exterminator bot and sell it to 500 places.
exactly, and I'll give you the perfect case in point of this. Right, when I was learning and building some stuff, we have our own white label, so I'm building my own community that's gonna have like a marketplace for all these templates and
Mm-hmm.
just badass people to meet each other and network and everything like that. Right,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm already connected with a lot of masterminds and groups that I've been a part of. So we're looking forward to this. So as I was trying to build some of these bots, like the social media poster that I'm talking about, or the sales bot that we're building for our high ticket service, I reached out to Emmanuel, who's part of the CBB community, and I said, you know what? Let me just go hire him, pay him some money so that I could see like anytime that I run into any issues or whatever, if I can get some help, that would be wonderful. Now, he showed me during the first call. He's like, hey man, I built this bot for restaurants. Here's the phone number, just give it a call. And I called it. It was for an Asian restaurant, and I was like mind blown. I was like, this is crazy. This is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So as we worked, we had like 2 or 3 calls. He helped me out with a lot of things and whatnot. Then I realized that, you know what? This restaurant bot that he's built is a freaking masterpiece. And I would love
Yep.
to, I would love to, I don't even want to build this. I could look at it, I could build my own or whatever, but like he's already got a masterpiece. Why would I want to spend the time and effort and energy when he's like already built something epic? So I went up to him and I said, do you mind if I can we figure something out where I just want to sell this to restaurants? And we figured out a deal. And so this Thursday, literally like 2 or 3 days ago, I walk into my favorite restaurant. It's a South Indian restaurant. So it's not an Indian restaurant, but South Indian food is a very unique cuisine. Most people don't know, but Indian food also has like 20 different types of food and whatnot. So I've been going to this restaurant for like 10 years. I've had a couple of times chat with the owner. Um, and I just called the restaurant and I said, hey, can I have a quick, just 10-15 minute chat with the owner? I just want to show him something cool that I've built for the restaurant. And they're like, okay. So they booked me in for an appointment on Friday. And I go up to the owner and I don't say anything. My literal words were, hey man, it's nice to meet you. I apologize to you in advance because you're probably not going to sleep tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was
I
like,
love
who the
the
hell is
pitches
this
like that. I love
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And he's like, who the hell is this guy? So then I'm like, just call this number. That's all. So he calls the number, and he's not a tech guy at all, by the way, right? So he goes through it, asks it some questions, and the AI answers it perfectly. He looks at how people can order from the thing, and he's like, wow. His next question that he asks is, how much?
Mm-hmm.
Right? How much?
Got him.
So I said it's gonna be $1,000 a month per location, and we can set this up for each and every one of your locations. And he tells me, "Ooh, $1,000 a month, man, that's a lot of money." I'm like, "Well, it's not for everybody, and
Yep.
if you don't want to invest in a solution like this, that's totally fine. I can go across the street. There are a lot of other restaurants in this place, and I'll just go share it with them. It's all good. Is that all?" The guy's like, sit down, like, and then he starts convincing me, and then he was like, I want exclusivity. I don't want any restaurant in my entire thing to be like South Indian restaurant. I don't want them to be using this technology. And I said,
He's
well,
got the
that's
AI.
cool.
He wanted the AI. That's a smart guy. That's a smart guy, And I've done exclusivity a few times in years past, and I've always made him pay for it. I've
Yes.
always made him pay for it. It's always worth it. And that's the thing that I think that has been an ace up my sleeve the few times that I've needed an ace, I would say, is that temptation or that thought, that little seed you plant in their mind. Well, listen, I know this is awesome. You can't give me a reason you don't want it. But if you don't, that's totally cool. I really appreciate you checking it out. I do have an appointment at whatever your competitor is in about an hour, so I'm gonna prepare for them. I think they're gonna bite. They're probably, whatever I'm sensing there. I've
Yeah.
pulled that card a few times, and I can tell you there's one that I've got to this day. They've been on the reoccurring because they don't I believe, just so that there's not a potential for the competitor to get access to the master. Put it that way, the master team with Wendy and I doing our marketing thing. That is a very powerful card to play. But congratulations on that. I mean, that I think is right in line with what, from what I understand that you're offering, is it right in line with
Yeah,
your price,
honestly, this restaurant bot that I honestly like borrowed, this is not my main business, dude. This is a complete. This was just it would be cool to try this out. Of course, I have some experience in sales and whatnot, but the good part about this is I didn't do any selling. I was just like, call this number, and then he was the one doing selling to me, right? And then I had a call. We had a meeting with him over the weekend, and he brought like two or three of his partners, and they told me they're like, we're going to be franchising our locations, and we're actually having 10 different locations. And the guy literally offered me, he's like, I want to buy your company.
Yeah.
For 25% stake. I felt like I was in an episode of Shark Tank, man. I was like,
Mhm.
hold
There
on,
are some sharks
we're
out
not
there
going there
too.
yet. So these guys were like all over it, and now we already signed a contract for like two locations that we're going to be testing right now, and they have 8 more. So from
Yeah,
December
that's
10th
big
to
money.
January, yeah, December 10th to January 10th, we're going to be rolling this out for two of their locations, make sure everything is all Gucci. And then
Hmm.
when it's all good, they're like, okay, once this is good, we're going to add 8 more locations.
You just said a key thing there. That's something that's how I started. I did it both with hotels and restaurants. I never went after ever one location places ever. If I worked with one location places, sure, for sure, when it was right, especially when I first started, I wasn't taking anything, but I learned this from being on the other side of the table, working at an establishment, working at a resort. When I was in college, I learned this trick here. It's not a trick, it's just a tactic. You go after the management company or the restaurant group, the management group. That's where I found the big success because number one, they understand marketing. You don't got to explain what an email campaign is. Okay. Number two, you don't got to explain so much the cost of things because when you've got so many locations, I mean, if a business is making $500,000 a year, or even call it a straight million, that's good money. But I mean, you're still watching bills. If you have 8 locations all doing that number, now you've got some money to play with. And so you're not concerned with something below X amount. That maybe that amount's 5,000, 4,000. I remember the first contract that I had, Wendy and I had for $5,000 a month, years ago. It was a higher number for us, for me. And in fact, I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this. I'm going to hit him with this number. I didn't expect him to say yes. And they didn't even bat an eye. And I was like, man, I should have said 10,
The
you
charge
know?
work.
And that's how you learn too, guys. Like,
Yeah.
I can say the one tactic, and I appreciate you coming on, giving your advice and your story here. One thing that I think that people should think about doing is increase your price every time a little bit until you get pushback if you haven't got pushback yet, because you never know. And you're also going to be leveling up clients. And I'm sure that this guy, although he's not going to allow any competition, which I totally understand, and he's paying for it, so Gucci, what I would say is he's going to be successful. He's going to have other business owner friends, and he's going to be the
Absolutely.
guy that if he's the Asian restaurant or the restaurant AI guy in his town, because of your magic, the other business owner friends that he has, he's going to be bragging about this AI, this investment he's making. They're going to want in. Business owners, they love to hook up their friends. They love it. That's what you do, and it's their network. Your network is your net worth, right? And so I think that what I've always seen is the referral is the big play. One good thing leads to another. You're working maybe for, and what in our case it was a user of a giant machine was a big client we had, and he would use these machines to clear land Well, the manufacturer of this guy loved what we were doing with the content, loved the AI aspect of things even before LLMs, those dumb chatbots. They loved it still. They came to us and they're like, yo, hook us up with your guy. And so I think that's going to happen to you if it hasn't already. And you're not brand new. You've been with CBB for a while, but man, you've just risen to the top. It's so good to focus on quality versus quantity, even though I guess in the SaaS game, that's not the ultimate goal. And I know this team wants me to push and make more money so they can get more money. And to me, that'll come. I want to focus on the highest quality person and real experts or people that want to be experts and that will be willing to put in the effort and the work. And that is what I love about CBB Nation. And you too, you've not had to work so hard to learn things. You just had to say, what are my limits? What can I not do? Those have been the questions that we've
And I think
we've talked
with the
about.
power that we have, with the power that we have on our hands, it's like this restaurant bot and everything that I'm doing, like this is a side gig for me, man. Even though I'm gonna make really good amount of money doing this and scaling this up. This is not my main business. I've literally never had a business conversation with a restaurant owner in my life before this Thursday. Never. This is not my
Wow.
main agency, right? But now I know that okay, if I can imagine it, I can build it and
Yep.
I can sell it. And on that note about like charging the amount of money and raising the price, at the end of the day, if we are not a expense in somebody's business, but we are a paycheck that they're looking forward to seeing every month, they're gonna happily pay, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month even. So the way that I
100%.
look at it, and I was telling this to my buddy the other day, I don't have kids right now, but I want to be getting that $1,000 a month check when my kid is 20 years old,
Mm-hmm. It feels good. And we got a question. I want you to answer if you don't mind after this, but it feels good to know that you're like the bill the client is happy to pay. I
Yes.
love that. I've not ever had a problem with the client being unhappy with anything that I've ever delivered. And I've always made it clear, like if this would ever be the case, not only would I like not accept any payment, I wouldn't accept your money. I would do whatever it was for free and then make it right because my reputation is a lot more important than a couple dollar bills. The reputation gets you many, many more dollar bills than just that one interaction. So it's always best to do what you can to keep people happy. So my homie B Martin, he looks like he works for Anthropic, I think. He's asking. I work with a few thousand restaurants. Could I also sell it?
Yeah, we can right now we're adding a lot of functionality to this where we have like back-end dashboards for order receiving and everything like that. And definitely you can reach out and we can have a conversation about what it is that we're doing just with the restaurant bot. Now I'm seeing that I'm flying to Australia tomorrow in the evening,
And
and
thank you again for the short notice on doing this, man. I'm so pushy when it comes to podcasts, and I'm just like, yeah, just do it. And everybody's like, okay, cool, whatever, Ryan, shut up.
it's all good, bro. It's all good. So I'm flying out tomorrow, and guess what? Every restaurant that I go to, like this is not even a business thing. I'm just gonna show people the cool shit. Be like, yo, check this out. If they like it, you know, we'll do it. So
I
this is
totally
this is going to be
love that.
man. What we are doing with AI. I told this to you, Ryan. Like I think a few weeks back. I'm like, we are. I'm able to. This might sound egoistic, but I'm just telling you what I feel. I can literally
It's a great
see
one.
I'm living in the future 3 to 5 years from now, where when I go out for a stroll and I see, oh, I see a dental office, I see this, I see that, and it's just like I can build this, I can build this, I can build this. This is inefficient, and I've started asking myself over a 24-hour period, what are the day-to-day tasks that I'm doing that should not exist? Like they're irrelevant, and they will probably 5 years from now, we're gonna be the old people where our kids and stuff are gonna look at us and go like, "You guys used to use like websites, haha, that's so funny."
Exactly.
Right?
You used to have to wait, Dad. So you're telling me you used to have this thing called Google, and you used to have to make a search, and then you'd have to find something you wanted in a list of millions of websites, and you'd have to pick out the one you wanted, and then you'd have to read stuff, and then you'd have to regurgitate that, and then go to another website to verify. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
coming, dude. I want to, hey, Wendy, if you're still here, and I can mention that pizza brand, Speaking of scale, I would love to be able to, but I don't know if I'm allowed. That'd be fun. But I will say, where B Martin, to have to work with a few thousand restaurants, you definitely need to hook up with somebody with CBB Nation. And Sean's the man right here. And restaurants are kind of where I started. Is that are we allowed to say the pizza brand, Wendy? I don't know if we are, if you heard that or not. But yeah, it's all about making that money. DMG, yeah. So you got a DM, so that's great. Look at that, boy. If we just got you a couple thousand people, Sean, man, you better give me a Christmas present, player. And
I will.
to that point, I would make 2 points on there. What you said, as far as you're going to go to a place and just basically show out, I will have to say I did the same thing when I went to South Africa a couple of years ago, and I had NFC stickers in my pocket, and we went to a wedding, and I made a chat bot for the wedding, and people were able to write notes. They would tap this thing. I forgot what I put it on. They would tap, and then they were able to write notes or send pictures or videos to the bride and groom while
That's
like the wedding was going on. It was so cool. And I was just like, man, it's so awesome. I got my AI in South Africa, son. But I get it. And you blow people's minds. And that doing that so much, it made me more confident everywhere I went to go pitch. And so if I, just like you, when I'm seeing an inefficiency, I'd make it a standard practice. I do it to this day. When I'm driving, I'm immediately thinking, how am I going to be able to how could I incorporate AI in this business if I had to? Cinema, what I think we can. So yeah, Little Caesars. She said we could say the brand. That's a huge one. That's a great brand for CBB. And they're going to be expanding out, hopefully very far. Yeah, of course, reach out in the Facebook group or the Discord group is where you'll find me most of the time. Who do we got here? I heard you say you're working. Yes, dude, this week I'm hoping to, I was just, before we got on, I was showing him some screenshots. Maybe I throw them on the screen for you guys that are here late night. Did you have any tips, any tricks, any advice for those who are thinking about, either graduating from a pro to agency account, because you made that journey and that switch? And again, the agency accounts where it's at, guys. Once you're getting serious, we never push it ever, and it's not for everyone. But once you start making a certain amount, it just makes more sense and you save money. But do you have any advice on, to people that are newer in this space?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, with the agency account, like my vision's always been, I love everything that CBB is and what's been built here, but on top of it, I want to add my own magic. So I'll quote like Bruce Lee, right? Take what's useful, discard what's not, and add your own unique creations, right? So
Ooh,
that's
I
how I
love
look at
that.
every tool and everything that we build. I love the platform and everything that it's already built on, and on top of it, adding the layer of the networks of the people that I know, the templates and things that are housed, like that's what gets me excited, because I love CBB, and I'm not even hiding the fact that we are white labeling CBB to build the platform that we're building, because honestly, I'm biased on this, but my platform is going to be everything CBB is,
It's going to be
and it's going
better.
to have my own
It's
unique
going to be,
badass
I mean,
flavor
it's
to it.
okay to say it, man. It's going to, like, it doesn't
Yeah,
hurt my feelings. It's my goal. You can say it's going to be better. You can say when someone signs up with you that it's going to be this price and you're going to have 100 templates and you're just going to have to kick back and relax. And if you're with CBB, you got to build stuff, but that's okay. That's okay, man. That's what it's for.
yeah,
And that's because, and to be super clear, to me, although we're just a little tiny company, because of our partners like you who can get thousands of contracts or clients overnight or locations overnight, we're actually very big, which is this super secret that people don't understand. We stretch far and wide, and I look at us as partners. So even though we take absolutely 0% commission or revenue share, we don't do any of that. Our goal is for you to make as much money as possible, because CBB Nation grows that way. And if we look at our customers as co-creators or partners, the business dynamic is just so much different. Like, to me, it doesn't feel transactional. I hope it doesn't. I feel like it's like an unlock where you're getting so much value no matter what plan you're on, because you're a part of something. You've given great feedback to make the tools that we make global better. We just introduced the web chat editor. I think I've got the final edits done with that. Um, final for now, but with people, it's the people. We're an AI company, right? We
Yeah.
love AI, but it comes down to the people. And you're one of my favorite people that have joined with us this year, man. And I wish you nothing but the most success possible in the upcoming
Brother,
year.
I appreciate it. We're entering an era where just how easy some of these funnel building tools made, where anybody could pop out a website. We're now entering the era where everybody's going to be able to build their own software. So the question for everybody like listening to this is, what is a genuine use case of like value that you can create that can be your intellectual property that you can go out there and change the world with? Because all of us, we've got magic, we've got gifts, and instead of trying to copy each other, like Ryan has his magic, I totally respect and love it, because when he's in his magic, the way that you simplify stuff, I learn a lot from it. Asta is different, and every creator is like different. We don't
Mm-hmm.
need to I don't believe in this world of like competitors and copying each other or whatever. It's stupid,
Mm-mm.
because at the end of the day, we're all creators. And if I spent my time trying to copy you, I'm actually doing a disservice to myself and my own unique magic.
100%. I think you nailed it, dude. That was awesome. Let's timestamp this one, flag it, flag it. That's a mic drop right there. To me, the coolest moment, and it's been said different ways about this time period, is for those that want to do things, you legitimately don't have any excuses or limits at this point, and nobody is too far ahead of you. You are not too far behind. Even if someone has 10 years of AI experience, I don't have 10 years of AI experience, man. But those that do, I'm sorry to tell you or them, they are no farther ahead, because the technology is also new and we're all doing things that technically probably shouldn't be possible. But I'm not from this planet. This is alien technology, and we all get to enjoy the benefits of that. But man, this has been so fun. I want to have more people join CBB Nation on the podcast, and I want to hear win after win after win. And I'm so proud of your wins, and I know you're going to have more. I've said it. I feel it in my bones. We're going to see people get very wealthy, very rich in 2025, and it's only going to continue. Like, that's the amazing thing, and I'll kind of end on this. If you think that AI, as far as LLMs, are going to slow down, great, whatever. I don't care if we get another update for all of next year, because guess what? The people that are in our position, there's like zero possibility that you make less money this coming year. It's like not possible. It's only going up, folks. The people are only becoming more aware. And once they become aware of that chat GPT bug that people like me and you got bit by 2 years ago at this point, they're just waking up from a deep slumber. And they're saying, wow, AI's cool. I just wrote a Facebook caption. What else can I do? How can I make this a part of my business? I'm seeing it every day in these groups. That's why I joined them. I don't even say anything, and most of us creeping. Yeah, there's more people. I can just feel it. I see it. And you see it too. And you're smart. You're going to look back in another year from now, 2 years from now at this day, and be like, man, that was a fun podcast. I haven't talked to Ryan in a year, but I made 10 times as much. But
Yeah, man,
anyway,
it's like people are just finding out that they can ride horses, and here we are building spaceships.
that's it, dude. And they're gonna want the spaceships once they see them and understand them. They want the spaceships. Well, man, thank you so much. I'm gonna pop you off the screen here, but it was too much
Thank you,
fun,
Ryan.
and
Appreciate it, brother.
safe travels tomorrow, dude. Safe
Thank
travels.
you.
And I'm gonna keep my promise. I do have this on my screen for those that stuck around. I'll show you a little secret here. What was it gonna be? Oops, does that say Model O1 Mini? I didn't mean to show that. I didn't mean to, because that might come out tomorrow. It's this one, I think, right here. No, preview. Crap, not this one either. Well, there, the cat's out of the bag there. Santa Claus may have come early. Tomorrow you might have access, if you're using your own API key, to some new models, maybe. Where's the actual thing I want to show you? Here it is. So this is a secret screenshot of some of the filters that we're working on for the boards. You're going to have many presets for boards, as well as a custom board. So these filters and the way that you sort here, custom, obviously. And then obviously Asta. We've got a window pane I'll tease you with for when you're adding new items. And so we're going to be using this for our own support. We currently use an external application for our like support tickets and stuff. I will be able to cancel that. I'm so happy. So you'll be able to do things like that. Support. You'll be able to do the track your leads. There's several different presets, and then you can customize things. So like when me and Asta and Kelly have our marketing initiatives, rather than using a tool like Glide or something, we'll just be able to use CBB, and the boards will be so powerful to track things. And I think you guys are really going to like it. We've made some other updates and upgrades. I was just looking at one here a minute ago that we're going to make live. It is the knowledge base extractor is going to have a little facelift, and I'll share my screen here just for a second for anybody that cares and wants to see. And I'll be done here in a minute. The knowledge base extractor. This will be live here shortly, if it's not already. But I added a way to get all the links, cleared the links, getting all the links, enhance that, Charles. The enhance, add to prompt, all that's good. A slight adjustment to the final prompt area. We've got more buttons here, and we've got a cool little option I think you'll like, actually. So we could enhance the prompt. Obviously, we could add this to the final prompt, and then it's here, okay? And so we could then maybe select all the links, for example. And so currently, here's our final prompt. Not all the links are there, but if we hit this checkbox, now all the links are there that we've got. That's cool. You copy it to your clipboard, but then you could also now save your prompt. And so this automatically downloads a text file. Can I move this over here? I think I can. So this, okay, yeah. This automatically, this is full screen. That's why, you dummy. Sorry. This is the text file we just downloaded. So this is the knowledge base. Look at all those links we got, boy. A lot of links, man. But yeah, this is the knowledge base that we extracted just now. From the knowledge base, you could actually throw that right into an assistant if you wanted to. Or the way we've made it, you could use it right in the what you call it. Where'd it go? Here we go. You'd use it right in your agent, your default prompt. So this will save, copy the final prompt. Also, if you were to refresh or navigate away, you're still going to have your same information here. This is a request. So I've made that ability to save your stuff here. So you can come back to your final prompt and redo things if you need to. The playground still works the same way. So you could be like, hey, what up? We've got to use a different key here. But yeah, we'll have this live here shortly. I think you guys are really going to like that. Anyways, I hope you guys do like the, the editor that we just released. We got some pretty good feedback on that. Kim, thank you so much for watching. Yes, he is killing it. CBB Nation is killing it. Thank you for watching, John. Shout out to you. Shout out, brother. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to jump off that fast. What up, Andre? Thank you for watching. Yes, it's the year of agents, man. Health agents is going to be a huge one. Education agents is going to be a huge one. Safe travels to him, yes. That's something that I don't think you're going to also see in a lot of other places out there, platforms especially. You're not going to have the real community where, like he said, it's not a competition. It's colleagues. And we wish people safe travels. We care about them when they're around hurricanes, or whatever natural disasters, bad weather. We check up on our peeps. I think that's it, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a good week. We're going to crush it all the rest of the year. Don't stop in December either. Thank y'all for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Peace.